2.
Can you dig it?
Hey Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to Viva Latino, today's hottest Latin tracks. Brought to you by Jordan Peele's Us, in theaters March 22nd.
Hey Spotifyers, click or tap the banner to listen to All Out 80s. Dramatic, diverse to the sometimes ridiculous. Here is the 80s, brought to you by our friends at Shipped. We bring the store to your door.
Sprint beats AT&T for average download speeds in Salt Lake City. And we've doubled our LTE coverage in Utah in the past year. Make the switch to Sprint today. Visit a Sprint store, sprint.com/network, or call 800-SPRINT-1. Sprint's analysis of Nielsen's latest drive test in the Salt Lake City, Utah metropolitan statistical area using 10-second 1 GB parallel file download testing. LTE data coverage with roaming.
The league
Esports.
All right,
And we're back.
We
It's
made
been
it back.
We are alive. We made it. We did it for you. Looks like we're just gonna have one game on stream tonight. It's going to be Southern Utah's A team. Log, you can go ahead and say that one.
A team.
Versus Eclipse Fury. So it's going to be. It was scheduled to be our third game tonight. Unfortunately, with Ragnarok dropping both games this week, it will be our only game on stream. Everybody else was busy with their games already. So, but yeah, everybody's getting loaded in quickly. We can get this game underway and out of the way, so you guys can get prepared for everything else. Log, I forgot to ask you earlier. Did you do a March Madness bracket?
I'm working on mine right now.
You don't. I mean, Utah is in it.
Yeah, Utah State.
I would not pick them, but
yeah,
they're in it.
Yeah, I saw that and I was really hyped up for that. But they are Utah State. They're a Utah team in general, and we're pretty good at flopping at really important moments in our sporting career. So, I mean, you can see it's not just like football. You can see it in the Jazz. You can see it in the, University of Utah. It doesn't matter who it is. So, but maybe this is the year of change. Really hoping so.
Yeah, hopefully. I surprisingly, even after the game Saturday, have North Carolina beating Duke in the final.
I actually have Duke beating North Carolina in the final.
I mean, everybody has that as a final.
Dude,
but
Zion's so good. That guy is an actual monster.
So I'm a Zion fan. I'm genuinely a Zion fan, but I think North Carolina is going to rally it back for the second game.
I think it'll definitely come down to those two teams, like without a doubt.
Oh yeah, easily, hands down, dominant. Every time. The only change is if Michigan State somehow beats Duke, which I doubt. The only way Duke doesn't win is if they have an injury. I think so.
I mean, it's happened before, so.
Yeah, true. That's why you don't wear Nikes.
Adidas. Just kidding. I have Nike.
I used to be Adidas, honestly. Like, and I got into the Warrior brand. Some good stuff. Waiting on one last player for Eclipse Fury. Sorry, spaced out. Losing it. Is he? Was he the one that? Oh, how about that? He's still getting interviewed.
Wow, what a popular guy.
When he gets in here, we'll be honored by the presence of the legendary support himself or herself.
Him/her or her/him.
What? his that's a tricky one. That's gonna bother me. They self? That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds politically correct. Why not?
Ishimi Wumbo.
The person playing the support role. Let's go with that. Oh, it's about that time. It's about that time. Time for Jimmy Buffett happy hour.
Jimmy Buffett happy hour. I love that guy.
Some Jimmy Buffett happy hours, man. They just get you every time. Makes every day worth it. That's how you get through long days at work. That's how you get through classes. You sit there and you're like, all right, just 2 more hours, and it's Jimmy Buffett happy hour. Everything goes so much better. Sit down, have a nice margarita, call it a day.
I'll have a Coke.
All right, well,
Get a little
close
wild.
enough. Get a little wild.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't want. Sorry for the kids listening. It's Diet Coke. Sorry. Whoa.
I'm
hard
sorry.
number.
All right, well, we have everybody in here finally. So, what do you mean someone needs to leave? Ah, all right, I'll leave. I'll do it. I'm out. You guys let me know when they're in order.
Both of them left. Nice.
Wait. Who else left?
Husqvarna.
Oh, well, I mean, they have to leave so they can get in order. They need to spectate, pretty much.
Let's see.
That should be right now. If I can get an invite, so I can spectate.
I can't bite you. I'm not powerful enough.
Fish. Awkward. Well, all right. I'll make it work.
Try and relog.
Oh, here I can do this maybe. Yeah. That was my plan. All right. Hi, fam. I'm back. All right. I can actually watch the game. I have to cast over. It makes sense now.
The novel idea. All right, looks like everyone's ready to go.
All right. Let's.
Finally, hopping in the champions
Whew.
flag.
I forgot what this screen looked like for a minute. All right.
They disgrace the art of war.
Immediately getting rid of that Pantheon. Sorry to say, but Transpike will not be rocking that in the top lane.
The top lane god of Pantheon Transpike is not going to happen.
Yeah, definitely a targeted ban. They don't want anything to do with that, with good reason, might I add.
If they watch the mainstream, they should also ban away Renekton.
Yeah, I believe he went 11-0 on that Renekton and just kind of took what Renekton lacked as a champion and just like kind of made up for it by just getting so many kills and just having so much gold. It just didn't really matter if they caught anybody on the team out. Renekton was there to kind of rain on their parade. So
as York gets banned, more of a meta top lane pick, understandable. Zoe also gets banned away, not necessarily meta, but still very, very strong. So that might have been targeted at Mage Seeker after the mainstream game. So Vi gets banned. I hate to see it, but it's a valid ban.
yeah, Vi right now she's pretty popular. She got a few buffs, lots of damage that can come out through her E. A little more reliable. So I think her ultimate also got buffed as well. So
yeah, used to be a Vi main, so I hate to see her ban, but I understand why. As Ashe and Lucian are our final bans.
Yeah, it's smart to get rid of the Lucian. Don't want that stability in the bot lane, where he's such a reliable laner.
Honestly, it's a response to the Ashe ban. If you're going to ban away Ashe, Ashe counters Lucian extremely hard, and so you can expect a Lucian pick. And so if you just ban it away, they have to revamp everything. As Galio is locked in first for Southern Utah.
And now we're on patch 9.5, so that does mean that Galio, as great as he is mid lane, he's been seeing a lot more attention in the support category. So
as Tarek gets locked in for Eclipse Fury. I understand why people pick him, but I personally don't like Tarek supports. Just because, yeah, there's CC, but it's very easy to dodge. You walk straight up or down instead of back, and he misses.
Yeah, Tarek's a rough champion to rock, if you will. These rocks, but Tarek, his ultimate's also really picky as well, and you gotta really be very careful how you time it. Because a little too soon, and you can just wait till thing pops down. You can kind of kite them back until the ultimate wears off, and then you can go back in. Too late, but obviously meaning your champion is people you want to protect are dead and leaving you vulnerable. It takes a lot of precision accuracy, so it'll be really interesting to see how Magic Jasm pulls off that Taric.
Kane, Jarvan, and Sivir locked in as well. Sivir pick with a Galio support actually is really very, very strong, though the Galio doesn't benefit as much. Sivir is one of those ADCs where most of the game until you get, I believe it's 2.5 items. So you have your Infinity Edge with Phantom Dancer, and once you get that third crit item, then you start doing a lot more damage, and then you pop off. That's her power spike. So with Galio, he likes to go all in and start fighting right away. So it's a kind of interesting bot lane pick there, if it is a Galio support.
And already kind of see there's a Renekton ban, like we said.
Yep.
Don't want to deal with any of that.
Yeah, they hurt us.
They continue to go on the ban. Looks like Southern Utah, they're going for like a really like straight up engaged team fight. Hardcore, go all in, kind of wait till the late game or wait till Sivir starts to scale. That's kind of like what their strategy is so far with these 3 picks. And now they're getting rid of that early game dominance that can come from Zoe and that can come from Renekton. And now Syndra is now off the map. But these kind of setting up their lanes to be successful. They don't want them to fail. And they're getting rid of all these champions that are meant to shut people down very, very early in the game. So it's good that they're really working on this team comp, making sure it'll last to where what they want to do to get the Jarvan in the middle of the team, get the Galio ultimate, Sivir to boot. With the next few picks here.
This Rumble gets locked in. Interesting. I haven't seen a Rumble in a while.
Yeah, Rumble, he's devastating to say the least. A good Rumble is very scary as Teemo's getting hovered.
The ultimate assassin.
Possibly. You got 4 seconds. What are you going to do, Eradicating Hater?
Ooh.
Ooh, last second swap to the tree.
I was hoping for the Teemo.
Yeah, no Teemo today, but Maokai saw him in the main game, the mainstream game. Didn't quite work out too well against Transpike. He was able to stomp him pretty hard, but we'll see. Southern Utah's going to give it another try. Sees potential in the pick.
Teemo's one of those champions that everybody hates against but loves playing. Like, nobody is upset about playing Teemo. Ever. As Victor is the final pick for Southern Utah.
So that will be a Galio in the support lane with Sivir. And
Maokai top.
Devastating right now. I can already
tell. They have
tell,
a very, very hard engaged team fight with Karma getting locked in. That's probably a mid lane Karma, honestly. Who does decently well into Victor, so I understand why. As we're waiting for some trades to happen here, hopefully.
And with how squishy this team from Eclipse Fury coming in, they might even try to tank Karma to ultimately just survive as well, to kind of last until Vayne starts to pop off, until Rumble starts to really get all of his items and do his damage as well. That'll be really interesting to see, but that's what I'm imagining what's going to happen with this Karma. Just kind of funnel stuff into the Vayne. She's in the mid lane, so she could roam down and help him out.
I honestly expect to see Vayne targeted extremely hard by this J4. Affecting, honestly, just because if, Karma gets fed, no big deal. If Rumble gets fed, no big deal. If Vayne gets fed, that's game over. So I expect Jarvan to camp bot lane. At least that's what I would do if I was the Jarvan in this situation. Maokai and Rumble is just kind of going to be a wet noodle fight for a bit until Transpike gets a lot of items. And until that happens, it's still just going to be... You could gank top if you're J4 and get Rumble behind early so Maokai can just free farm. Ganking mid is a little harder because she has a stun and she does a lot of damage very quickly. But yeah, bot lane, if you go in, Galio follows it up with an ult, Sivir sits back the whole time doing damage. So overall, looking at picks right now, I'm going to have to give it to Southern Utah.
Yeah, they've got a really devastating team that you do not want to get caught out by anybody. Getting caught up in the gravity field will result in like a 5-man doggy pile at that point. It'll be tough to see how Eclipse will be able to maneuver their way out of it, keep themselves playing safe, because Vayne is a very aggressive champion, and same with Kayn as well. But look at the 2 teleports they have coming in. Eclipse Fury, they're going to want to make some plays all across the board if they can. Maybe have Karma roam down, have Rumble roam down to the bot lane. They could just do a 5-man and just absolutely demolish Sivir and Galio. I could definitely see that happening as well, using the double teleport run. Only 1 Ignite rocking by Taric. Be good for Maokai.
Overall, I think Eclipse Fury, their win condition is they have to have a perfect Taric. You have to get Kayn as he's running in to jump onto Sivir or Victor. You have to get Rumble's ult in there to slow them as Kayn goes in, and then you have to make sure that Karma and Vayne both get the ultimate. Without that happening, they're going to pick you off one by one because they have enough tank, they have enough damage where they can literally go through you one at a time. So we'll have to see how it plays out if Southern Utah thinks that way about camping that bot lane. If not, we'll have to see. That's what I would do, but I'm not playing this game. So
Magic Jasmine has a lot to live up to with this Taric ultimate. A great one will be able to have their team pop off and absolutely eliminate Southern Utah, but however, that ult is very hard to hit, and if they miss it, that'll be a great capitalization for every single member onto the Southern Utah to just kind of jump on and kind of tear apart this relatively squishy team coming in. But go ahead, people in the chat, let us know who you think will win, Southern Utah A or Eclipse Fury. Both teams looking for a win tonight, so show some love for them. If not, then think about some love for them. We're hopping into it.
we are seeing the loading. A lot of Mastery 7 for Eclipse Fury. A lot of Mastery 5 for Southern Utah.
A Master 7 on all 5 champions, actually. That's pretty impressive.
Everybody
they're
played
not messing
Comfort.
around.
Yeah, they all know how to play their champs extremely well, so we'll have to see how that plays out. Hopefully really well for them, even though I picked against them. Alright, as we get into it, onto the map, see a couple pings coming out.
The League Esports.
Everyone's roaring, ready to go. Beautiful day on Summoner's Rift. Birds are chirping, sun is shining. Everyone's going to split up. They don't want to make any sudden movements. Just going to wait for the invades. That might never happen.
Goalkeeper Maokai, my favorite. Kayn. So Kayn knows there's a Ghost Pearl there, but he also knows Maokai is on their team, and so there's probably going to be a sapling or two. You're going to take quite a bit of damage walking into.
He's already set up a good number of them in there.
Oh, I get service.
It's very fatal for anyone to walk in there.
He might try to steal this, honestly, and I'd be rather intrigued to see it. He is going to throw a sapling into that bush, so he will get some damage.
There he goes, little sapling.
Ooh. Barely hit Transpike.
Good chunk of damage. There goes the Ghost Poro. Then Kayn will be starting the red buff. All on the same side, Jarvan will do the same.
I'm okay with that.
Maokai getting ready for this Rumble to come back through Tribush. Has a ward ready for him, but doesn't have any sap. Doesn't want to use too much mana.
Yeah, something about Maokai is that he just has a good chunk of mana problems in the early game. So he gets that first item. Usually Iceborne Gauntlet, but he could go Rod of Ages. Getting some early damage depending on how far ahead he is. It'll be a tough game for this Maokai. His Rumble
I'm not
is
on camera,
out.
right?
Not about to let things slide. Level 2 is hit down in the bot lane. CJ Soros getting a beautiful taunt onto Magic Jasm. Very for a lot of damage. Here comes Ignite, and it's going to be one more tick. And first blood goes over to Galio. CJ Soros getting a great kill there. And this is the level 2 power spike that coming in from Galio. Getting that taunt, a lot of damage with the Ignite. Devastating combo. Like Maokai trying to play it safe, board up the jungle a little bit with these little saplings. But unfortunately, a sapling attacked the blue buff, so it's really awkward. And there's a little
rather unfortunate. As you know, I don't know who wins this fight. I'm gonna say probably the J4 Invictor.
Yeah, looks like it.
They do force a flash out of it though.
Showed off a lot of dominance there, and there's a flash, like you said. A little bit of engage coming from the top lane. Transpike putting a lot of damage on Shade X. Wait for that sap magic though. Come right on in.
That sapling did hit Transpike, surprisingly. I honestly, if I was Transpike, I'd be upset at that. But you know, what things happen.
Things do indeed happen. Dang, those saplings hurt. Look at.
Yep. So how saplings work is if they're just in lane, they're not in a bush, they don't do as damage. Whereas if they're in bush, they do 3 times the amount of damage.
Shade X are going to get caught out here by the combination of Transpike and Night Hunter.
As Night Hunter does take the kill on that. Whereas J4 really hasn't been seen in a lane per se. He did show up in the topside river there to kind of, I would say, tickle Kane. But other than that, haven't seen any ganks from him.
Yeah, looks like Deadblade's more favorite for Utah. Now Penguin is coming in for another gank, and there's a roam. Beautiful taunt by CJ Soros will pick up a kill on the Mage Seeker. Penguin Ninja will take that for himself.
And the 3-man gank coming out already.
And 0 chill. Southern Utah wanting no business waiting around. They want to build up some leads as fast as possible. Eradicating Hater is going to start to suffer a little bit without that Galio to help him out.
And that was a great play by Huskarva to wait out the spell shield to hit the Sivir with that ability. So how spell shield works for Sivir is it's her E. When she presses E, if a spell hits her, she gains mana. I believe it's, I want to say 15% of your max mana you gain back.
That's a good chunk of mana.
It is. It's really, really nice if you know how to use it correctly. For example, they have a Ezreal Soraka. Sivir is the wonder pick because you just press E and they throw, every time they throw an ability at you, which is quite often, and you can literally stay in lane until you have enough for a full Infinity Edge.
He's already winning on farm 2. 44 to Husqvarna's 29. There's a beautiful taunt coming by CJ Soros, but too far away to really follow up with it. A little bit of an exchange coming down in the mid lane. Mage Seeker putting a lot of damage on the Electric Sheep. Things will go right back to normal. A huge wave gonna collapse right into the bot lane tower. Played off of this thing. But here comes the Dazzle right into the turret. CJ Soros getting way too aggressive there. He'll pay the price for that, as now Eradicating Haters on the run. Husqvarna is completely out of mana though, so there's not much you can do to chase after this, but here comes Penguin Ninja in the bot lane to save the day. And they might go for the engage, and there it is. Penguin Ninja going for it. 100%. Husqvarna taking dangerously low, down to about 100 HP, but they're going to continue to chase forward. end right then and there.
Meanwhile, in the mid lane, there was a slight skirmish as Karma takes a plant in Rever by Drag Pit. I believe both ults were used in that fight.
Well, that'll be very keen information to know, and already Transpike kind of acting on that information with Victor having no ultimate. They're going to collapse right onto Electric Sheep. He's forced to use the flash. They get caught up by the Equalizer and by Transmage Seeker. That's going to be an easy pickup kill for Transpike. A great roam, already utilizing the information they received from that last fight. 3-man gank to save the day. Will end in Mage Seeker being pick up a kill for himself. Transpike pick up the kill.
Kane ults the J4 very early.
Penguin Ninja is only level 5 though, so you can't fight this. He's gonna have to run away as fast as he can. But he comes the enemy bot lane. Not Transpike. Pick up the spawn, actually getting caught up. He's getting ignited. He's gonna have to force a run away. But Penguin Ninja trying to fight again, but he's still level 5. He has no mana left. CJ Sora's gonna get knocked up by a lot of CC. That'll be the end of his very useful life.
Turned out in favor of Eclipse Fury, but a very early ult on the part of Nighthunter Rook, in my opinion. He didn't have enough damage dealt to the J4 to kill him yet, and so if he would have held on to that ult, that team fight would have gone better. I think they could have picked up maybe another kill on that. So,
yeah, at the end of the day, just
unlucky. You know,
it
worked out. Could have been better, but it still worked out.
Oh yeah, they got something out of it. Again, fighting continues in the top lane. Transpike pushing poor Shadex out of the lane.
Who it looks like he is going for a Rod of Age. Actually, he's going to go for an Abyssal Map.
Also a good item pick up from Maokai.
Especially into a Rumble with a Karma on the team. Get that early magic resist, then all you have to do is worry about the Kane and
already he's Rumble's picked up a lot of gold for himself across the map. He got an assist, he's got a kill, he's up in farm. There goes actually an engage by Shadex. Looking to fight this out a little bit, throw some damage onto him. But unfortunately, this is a Maokai we're talking about, and Rumble does out damage him by a country mile. So he's gonna pay the price for that a little bit. There's the Equalizer coming down on Shadex. He's in a little bit of a tight spot here. Comes the Roots to tie down Transpike, but it's not gonna matter too much as the fighting continues. That magic will give him a little bit of health, and he will live to save the day. But Nighthunter Rook looking to change the situation here. Comes the fight along with the ultimate, and a good pickup kill by Nighthunter Rook will result in Shadex's demise.
all right.
Already in the mid lane. Penguin Ninja looking to make a move on the Mage Seeker. Here comes the Cataclysm. Mage Seeker's nowhere to go. The Chaos Storm will follow. That'll be an easy pickup for Electric Sheep. And a great counter gank knowing where Nighthunter Rook is. Coast is clear. Penguin Ninja going for a gank.
And it looks like they're just going to force fights mid. They're just going to continue to gank Mage Seeker over and over again because you try to gank bot lane Taric ults and you can't kill him. You can try to ult the Rumble. Kane's probably up there. He's been top side twice now, so it's very risky. So mid lane is your best ult or best gank opportunity, and you don't necessarily need to gank bot lane because the bot lane is winning. They're up in farm. They're not necessarily up in kills, but they have 2 plates down to the 0 plates of Eclipse Fury.
And already the gold lead, while it's a little evened out, favors Eclipse Fury just by a smidge, and now it's 600. With each lane kind of doing alright, kind of evening out, but it looks like a gank on the Shadex once again. Here comes the Equalizer, going to miss completely the Shadex. He's actually going to walk that off. That was a very unfortunate miss. That would have been a great hit if that Shadex would have gotten caught up in that, but it's not going that direction. A little bit of miscalculation, but that's totally fine there. Looks like the Ocean Drake's been picked up by Southern Utah. Uncontested, the vision not there. Small, simple deeds that Southern Utah's going to go for. Try and get whatever they can. Another early game dominance that Eclipse Fury has, so they're going to play it safe, play it smart. They know their strengths, they know their weaknesses.
So one thing about this Galio, so that's now 2 times that Galio is real mid. And so the reason he's able to do that is because Sivir does outrange both Taric Stud and Vayne. And so Sivir can sit back and farm, and if they get aggressive, she simply walks away. That's the benefit of having a spell shield, is you can take on this 1v2 lane and just farm it out, which you want to do with Sivir anyway.
Yeah, you do. You don't want to get a little too crazy.
Not a whole lot happening other than that. Poking here and there.
Yeah, ultimately, like, good ganks overall by the junglers, utilizing their early game power. But not too crazy happening. It's overall an even game. Still anyone's match. Mageseeker are going to get caught up by the Chaos Storm and the Gravity Field. Sheep looking to make some moves. But a lot of damage actually coming out to Electric Sheep. Mageseeker not wanting to take any of the sitting down. She'll walk that off. Shake it off a little bit, put up her umbrella. Not today, Chaos. Ooh, a great stun on the CJ Thoris.
Great condemn as well, knocking that taunt away.
And you gotta give props to this bot lane. Husqvarna and Magic Jasmine just doing everything they can. Galio is a huge threat. Don't want to do too much to him because that taunt is very devastating. They're playing their do what they can. Here comes another equalizer coming in from the top lane. Shadex having the rook on him, but he's a little out of options and out of.
Wow, he played that perfectly though.
Got out just barely by the skin of his teeth. Penguin Ninja showing up at the perfect time to save his life.
He did play that perfectly. So
should have been well played, but looks like Penguin Ninja not wanting to take that sitting down. A great guess, but 900 Rook playing that very safe and very well is going to get right out of that.
And it's just preventing the Kayn from getting any more fed. He is 2-0 already as his main. And another kill on him, and he will just continue to stomp lanes when he comes into gank. So great response to the gank, knowing he's probably coming top, and I believe he was spotted due to vision. So.
And in the bot lane, we didn't see it, but Sivir had to use their ultimate. Engage happened, and Husqvarna and Magic Jasmine caught their wind.
I believe that ultimate was used when the Galio got condemned into the wall. Based on the timers, because that's about the time that Vayne used her ult as well.
Like 900 Rook gonna get caught up on a ward here. He's gonna pick up the Scuttler for himself. A little bit of gold.
A little bit of vision on him as well.
There he is. He's like, uh-oh, I got caught.
There's a ward somewhere.
No, a lot of vision control is coming down in this bot lane. Junglers want to make something happen down here. They know that. Another 900 Rook is somewhere around here. It's a little suspicious. So that's why Penguin Ninja has roamed down a little bit. Now Mageseeker looking to maybe make something happen. She's thinking about it. Nothing much will happen. 900 looking for that play, looking for anything he can. One slip up, one step out of line, and he will go right in for it, but nothing's going to happen as of yet.
Overall, for this Maokai, I would have rather active Helm into with both Victor and Rumble.
Here comes the 4-man gang. CJ Thoris getting caught up by that stun. And here comes the Taric ultimate. They are unable to do anything. So Utah has to run out of this. Otherwise, it's going to be too little too late for Mageseeker. He's going to get caught up and he's going to have to run away. Taking too many tower shots. He can't go that far. Great engage by Eclipse Fury, but nothing to really come out of it. Here comes Electric Sheep on the top lane with a dive. Transpike is going to get caught up by the Chaos Storm. And a great roam. Already seen the 4-man bot lane, Electric Sheep immediate to react to that. They're going to pick up a great kill in the Transpike, and they're going to push in that tower in the top lane.
We're getting to that point where team fights are starting to happen, and even though it was a 4v, Southern Utah did come out on top.
And now Southern Utah looking to take this tower for themselves. CJ Source will get stunned up again. Here comes 900 Rook for round 2. They're not wanting to waste any more time. The Terror Ultimate is down, however. CJ Source looking for that taunt. He gets it. He finds it. Cannons are coming right in. Kills are coming in. 900 though. The Galio will fall. But Southern Utah is all here. 900 Rook has to run out of there, but he'll be a little too late. That last jab going straight into him, shut down as Shadex had to teleport down to save the day. That was a great engage there, but not really respecting the power that Southern Utah still has. Galio utilizing that, he did cost him his life in exchange for 2 others.
And with that, that will be first tower and a 2,000 gold in favor of Southern Utah.
They're also going to pick up the Earth Dragon too, which is great for a team that's starting to hit their mark and start going for objectives. They'll start being able to look towards Baron now, or at least now it's Rift Herald, still 18 minutes in the game. But now the map is opening up so much more clearly for Southern Utah. They're most definitely going to be looking to take more objectives than they are team fights at this point. They want to utilize that Earth Dragon, but they are able to do so. So they can do both. They can fight. They can go for objectives. Matter of them playing it real safe and real smart. And it looks like Mage Seeker's going to get collapsed on here by Electric Sheep and CJ Saurus. But Eclipse Fury is also here to kind of save the day, and event after happening, forcing the flash out. And they're just going to run away because they don't want to do any of that. That is something you do not want to deal with. A full Eclipse Fury team.
They did find a Sivir who just instantly cleared the wave.
Big old juicy minion wave. Alright, look at the Sivir here, up in farm by a good amount, about 40 CS. But actually, before we look at that, Transpike and 900 Rook again on the Shadex. He just wants to run away just a little bit, kind of back out, but he's got a lot of health. There's a flash root coming in. He's gonna 900 Rook's gonna be destroyed by the Penguin Ninja gank. And now Transpike all by himself up here. They might be looking for a dive. Now the bot lane of Eclipse Fury, they're looking to make something happen up here as well. Terror Ultimate is up. They could be out here to save some lives.
Sivir roaming up right around Baron Pit.
So much damage coming out from Southern Utah. They finally caught their wind. They're starting to take objectives now. They got the Earth Drake, so they will follow just a little bit faster. And Electric Sheep is doing great on these death rays. The poking will just continue here. Relentless, he's got the blue buff, so he just has an infinite amount of death rays he can just throw at these poor innocent Eclipse Fury members.
That is a dangerous bush to walk into.
That's the bush of death, that's what they call it.
It looks like this tier 2 tower will fall. Maybe not. They don't have quite enough minions to block, and they don't want to tank too much.
They're pretty ambitious here. They feel that the tailwind kind of hitting them, but the minions are not caught up yet. They don't really get the buffs that they do when they get kills, so it's just kind of waiting around and giving Eclipse Fury a chance to breathe for a second, which they will certainly take that. Now Baron is now live and the vision is there for Southern Utah. They are looking at it. They have pings dropping down.
Sivir does have full Phantom Dancer now. Stereotypically, after this, she will go. Oh wow, I'm drawing a blank. It's the other blue thing that does crit and gives you mana back. Log help.
Essence Reaver.
That's it. That thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Ow,
thing.
that. Oh man, that actually hurt to try to think of.
The one item that does the one thing, yeah.
At least you understood what I was saying, like, so.
Oh, yeah.
The passive on Essence Reaper. For every auto attack, it gives you.
Transpike getting a beautiful equalizer. This might be Eclipse Fury's fight to find. Here comes the hero's entrance. A beautiful hit up by CJ Soros, but Tarek going to pick up the kill onto Penguin Ninja. Eclipse Fury have found their fight. They are picking up 3 kills for themselves. 4-0. And what a beautiful engage by Transpike there. An equalizer to boot. That was great.
And like I said, if Tarek can land that ult on 4 people at least, they win team fights. And that's exactly what happened in that fight.
Magic Jasmine found his mark, hit it just right, and just like we said before, that's a big no-no for Southern Utah. They caught themselves, they're caught with their pants down, and it's certain Eclipse Fury, they kind of like anchored those pants to the ground, and that is embarrassed, it's awkward, and now the Baron is live. Eclipse Fury, they're gonna go for it.
They did kill J4 in that, so J4 is walking up from base. If they can get enough damage out quick enough, they will take it easily. Gold lead is about even right now. So Maokai ult in, try to stall this Baron play. But I don't. J4 does get there in time. Can he manage to steal it?
The fight is on these Baron.
Baron's starting to reset.
Southern Utah actually getting mutilated here by this team fight. That's
oh, but
actually going both ways here. Baron, actually the MVP here. Quadrico coming in.
Triple indicator. Quadra. Ooh, you right.
And a great, kind of a fiesta there. Didn't know who was going to pull out on top, but ultimately they forgot about the key player of that whole fight, and that was Baron. He was doing so much damage to the entirety of Eclipse Fury.
So how Baron works actually is if you're facing away from it, it does more damage to you. And so with their backs to Baron the entire time, they were pretty much a war on 2 fronts. And that's only ever won, I think, 1 time in all of history. As it looks like the base is going to be cracked, the tower, but not the inhib. As all 5 members of Eclipse Fury are back up.
Yeah, Southern Utah finding their mark now. They're able to pick up the Baron, they're able to pick up a few towers. Open inhibitor. They will gladly take that. Now the Earth Dragon is on their sights. Look towards it, but Eclipse Fury, they're grouped up, they're ready for something. They want to make something happen in exchange for their loss.
They do have all ultimates up. That is a lot of damage coming out, but that's okay. As Tarek surprisingly put his Zeeks onto Kane.
And here comes Shadex. He's a little bit of caught out here. His team's kind of looking to make something happen, but a little too late. Here comes the Tarek ultimate now, and
with all 5 members.
All 5 members are going to get that buff, but now ultimates are still up for Southern Utah. They could still potentially fight this out. They still have their Sivir. They still have their Victor. They got the key components to win a team fight. And here comes Penguin Ninja looking to make that happen. The Cataclysm comes in. Here comes the Inner Ninja to the boot. And there it goes. Transpike picking up a kill on the Penguin Ninja. Renegade Hater is still alive though. He's going to pick up a lot of kills as well. Electric Sheep picking up Magic Jasmine. Husqvarna, he's going to get something out of it. But now is Southern Utah also picking up so much damage onto Eclipse Fury. They're on the run and they're looking to push in this tower now. They still have the Baron buff, and while all the meat shields are dead, the carries are alive, and that is the exact opposite scenario of what you want here from Fury. And now they're looking to take the blue buff along with this Earth Dragon and boot. That will be 2 Earth Drakes for him, along with an Ocean Drakes, and all the dragons are actually on the side of Southern Utah.
So they're realizing a secret with Earth Drakes, and it only works with the Earth Drakes, but when the drag goes to attack you, if you use your spell shield, it actually will give you min. It's only with Earth Drakes. Which is, it makes no sense, but it's how it works.
Oh, Riot, you and your game.
Thanks, Rito. Oh, that was awkward to watch Nighthunter Rook try to knock up the Krugs and miss.
You hate to see it.
I honestly, I want to pull him in to ask what happened.
Just one play at 26 minutes and 30 seconds in.
Pause the game real quick. Let's pull him in right now before he forgets about it. What happened there? Just talk me through it. What happened? It's a non-moving target, buddy.
It was sitting there waiting for you to attack it, and what did you do? You missed completely.
Sivir surprisingly did not go for Essence Reaver. She instead went for Guardian Angel, and now it looks like she's working on probably a Bloodthirster with the Bam Scepter being built. So she doesn't feel she needs the mana necessarily, but she does want the damage and the lifesteal. So
yeah, this Sivir's doing a terrifying amount of damage right now. She's got 3 completed items, working on her 4th. She's also has a stopwatch, so she is not dying anytime soon. She's got her own peel for herself.
Stopwatch very interesting buy. Just because you have a Guardian Angel, which comes with a stopwatch into it when you build into it. So I wonder if she bought Guardian Angel full force and bought 2 stopwatches on purpose accidentally. Well, guess we'll never know until after the game if we can ask them.
It's definitely a strategy to, once you got, like, usually you see it on like Zonias as well, where you have the Zonia, and then you can also buy a stopwatch on top of that, kind of give yourself some extra leeway. And circumstances like this, it's understandable. Usually you don't want to do that because it's like 600 gold you're wasting, but you know, she's already so far ahead that she can kind of make those sacrifices without losing too much. And they're going to continue pushing in this tower. They're going to try to keep the siege alive.
They're doing a textbook 1-3-1. Maokai can push just because in team fights all he really does hold them in place. It's better disengage than engage. Whereas Galio, as soon as I believe he is in range at that point, for if J4 decides to go in, he can ult J4, so he can instantly beat it.
Yeah, immediately he can come in whenever he desires at this point. It's level 12, so he's got a good chunk of the map to teleport to with his ultimate.
And Maokai does have teleport up, so if a team fight breaks out in this mid, can teleport to one of the place nearby, which is really the only ward on the map. I guess there are 2 for Eclipse Fury, and then there's 1 by Baron Pit, and then they have 1 in, which base is always revealed, so it's very interesting. Place for a ward. Oh, I'm sorry, it's on the other side of the wall, so they can see if somebody decides, oh, we're going to roam bot instead.
Yeah, they're pulling all the stops here. Southern Utah just pushing it in. Looks like they're looking for a fight now. Looks like they're getting the equalizer off on a few members of Southern Utah, but they're going to be able to back out of that very quickly. And back to the 1-3-1, you know, they missed their opportunity right there. They couldn't quite get to the eradicating hater. They almost got like a sheep. He was able to get out of that relatively quick. And that's going to be a tough loss. Now the equalizer is gone for a few more seconds, with Transpike being a huge damage dealer for Fury. Wow, that was a lot of damage from Husqvarna right there.
So Husqvarna on the Vayne has both Blade of the Ruin King and Rage Blade, so the attack speed's there along with the damage. She's been clearing minions the entire time, so your 6 stacks on Rage Blade are stacked. They're probably expired at this point in time, but you can easily pick those up with the amount of attack speed you have, making your attack speed that much faster. So I'm looking for a really hard engage from probably Night Hunter Rook, or honestly anybody at this point. Rumble ult, which should be up in about 20 seconds. But overall, this is a very long game, as both teams are just kind of playing it safe. They don't want to push anything too hard because caught out the game is. Looks like Southern Utah is going to just start making a play for that Baron.
They have 2 Earth Drakes, so they can just shred this thing. With Sivir already there, they could be going for it. They're going to think about it. They're going to try and bait it out. They're going to look for
They do have Maokai doing some damage as wow.
Ooh, Mage Seeker getting immediately caught up, and here comes the fight. Shade Egg throwing down the roots to try and make anything happen. There goes the Gravity Field. Transpike is caught up by a little bit. There's the Justice Punch right in the face, but here comes the Terracult to stand the kill. Those off quickly, and they are now invulnerable. The Hero's Entrance will knock him up, but no damage will come out. Penguin Ninja, he will fall, but will not pick up the kill for himself. And here comes the Rook. He's able to pick up a kill onto a good number of members, but Eradicating Hater is doing so much damage this fight, along with a bunch of sheep. They can't do anything about this. Members have fallen 3 for 2, or 3 for 3 at this moment, but Eclipse Fury, they are on the run. There's one more. One last auto will do the trick. The minions might make it happen. 1, 4. There it is. Shutdown coming in. That is an ace for Southern Utah A. And they might, they're looking for the end. They have the Earth Dragon. They could potentially do it, but here comes Mage Seeker. Very upset about getting caught out earlier. Wanted to make a difference, but Eradicating Hater is huge. The Guardian's Angel was not even popped. Neither was a stopwatch. So already, this is a great scenario for Southern Utah. They'll have to reset and recover, but a lot of gold coming in, and the Infernal Drake is now live.
As is the Baron, and with Nighthunter Rook being dead for 10 more seconds, they could have rushed it if J4 headed straight to Baron. He decided the Fire Drake was more important, so it wasn't quite worth it, as Sivir barely makes it back in time before Fabio finds her.
Yo, the Fabio himself.
Yeah, we haven't brought that up, but Fabio is in the game. Hope everybody's excited about the Fabio.
Fabio, he had a great ult there. He had the whole team hit up there, and it did a lot. That was probably the best ult you could have hoped for right there, nullifying the hero's entrance completely, except for the CC. But ultimately, they were not able to get to Eradicating the Hater. That guy is doing an unhealthy amount of damage at this point. Very unhealthy towards Eclipse Fury's health. He's just shredding them down, and now Electric Sheep has caught his stride. He's going to start making some moves.
Real quick, let's see if I can pronounce this correctly from chat. But apparently I'm going according to Vivi Dastrov. I'm going to win. I don't know what he's meaning, but I appreciate it. I'm going to win something.
Attaboy. You're not even playing, you're going to win.
I mean, you got to take what you can get.
In this world, it's, go for whatever you can. Alright, looks like they're gathering up in the mid lane. They have Shadex in the bot. He has the teleport though. They do see that. Eclipse Fury is going to be very careful. And here comes the Equalizer. That was a great catch on the Eradicating Hater, but unfortunately, the ult was still alive for her. So she was able to get out of that very quickly. And now Eclipse Fury on the run. They have the Equalizer out of commission, and they're gonna make something happen here.
As super minions are pushing in that top wave extremely hard, and so they're going to have to back. So right now, honestly, would be a great time for Baron. And it looks like they're gonna go for it. They're gonna keep Sivir mid, which is weird because she does a lot of the damage. But with Victor there, along with J4, that's a lot of damage to put down.
And they're chunking it out, but Eclipse Fury have not ignored the situation, and they're looking to get a steal if they can. Here comes Nighthunter Rook looking for the steal, and they are unable to get it. Blue team will pick that up for themselves. Nighthunter Rook in a little bit of a dangerous situation. He's going to try and pick up Penguin for himself, and he will be unable to do so. He's going to get destroyed by Electric Sheep. And now Eclipse Fury, they are on the run. Here comes the Chaos Storm. And here comes the Empowered Shield coming from Karma. There's the beautiful ultimate coming in from Magic Desert. He's going to be completely help out his team a ton there. That's going to pick up a kill for Husqvarna, and the fight still continues, but here comes Shadex from behind. They are in a very different situation, and there's a double kill coming in for Eradicating Hater. There is so much damage coming off. This guy is unreal. Transpike is the only member left alive. The inhibitor will fall with this Nexus, unless he can pull off some miracle of a play. Here comes the Equalizer, but unfortunately it will not make its mark, and Southern Utah A team will pick up another win.
What a game. What a game.
Yeah, well played by Southern Utah. Taking advantage of their team comp to the fullest, I would say.
Turns out I was right. Maybe that's what he meant. Maybe that's how I won. I predicted it correctly.
Heck yeah.
JP, I think, I'm sorry, Log, we're going to have to look back at some of these and and count how many times we predicted correctly.
I think we're pretty spot on for the most part. I think maybe we've dropped 2 games.
Yeah, maybe 2 or 3.
Handful of games we've casted.
But, all right, what a game. MVP, looking at everything, in your opinion, Log.
I'd have to give it to Electric Sheep or Eradicating Hater. Those two, against all odds, against Transpike's Rumble, against Nighthunter Rook, and Kane's ability to get on anybody he wants, they're still able to find a way to continue living and to just deal so much damage to change the fight. So I have to give it to one of those two. Maybe Electric Sheep for the most part, because Eradicating Hater, he popped off, but it was only one fight compared to Electric Sheep's damage and like two or three other fights. That's my how you'd say,
I'm also torn
answer.
between the two. They both did a very good job. They both did a lot of damage. I'm honestly looking at the gold earned and everything. I'm gonna have to give it to Eradicating Hater.
Eradicating Hater is going to take it.
I think so. Honestly, pretty even KDAs. You take away the 2 deaths or the 3 total deaths from their kills, and they have the same KDA. So overall, yeah, Eradicating Hater had a larger multi-kill. Did just under the amount of damage that Electric Sheep had, while still being there for team fights, and only dying the one time to, I believe it was a 4-man gank bot lane. So, Eradicating Hater, if you're watching or around, why don't you hop into the Aquadome real quick, and we will pull you in for a quick interview. See if he's able to join. Eradicating Hater is watching. He is watching. We have good news. So, yep. Just waiting for Eradicating Hater to come in for a quick interview. Maybe, hopefully. Buddy, I know you're watching. I want to hear your voice after playing that well. Fam, please come visit. We're friendly, for the most part. Ah, he does not have the Discord link. We can do this. I'm working on it, guys. Sorry. This is going to be awkward. All right, you got it. Okay. Overall, you guys make sure you show some love in the comments. Let everybody know what you thought of the game.
Come on in, the water's fine. Heck yeah.
Come on in, Eradicating Hater. The water is lukewarm. I agree. So CJ Soros said the Galio shot calls were great. I agree. He had a lot of great plays called. We could try to pull in. Was CJ Soros the Galio? Weird. Humility. Humility, everybody. I love when that happens. Well, this is a real fun interview, everybody. Overall, great game on both sides. Very close. Team fights were there for both teams. It just depended on how quickly the Tarek ult got off and if they were able to get any damage down. And what it looked like was every time Tarek would ult, the Galio would ult in, so that when they were immune to damage, they would be knocked up so they couldn't do any damage. All right. Well, we have Eradicating Hater along with Shaloiden.
Hello, guys.
In here. Hater, let me get your take on how you think the game went overall.
I was feel good in the first world. The van got like 2 kills, so made me a lot of stress. And I don't know how to kill the van because he is unstoppable for late game. So I just keep farm a lot and try to get my items better. So and CJ's help us to control the map and what we should do.
Heck yeah, that's pretty rad. Good that you have like a good like solid shot caller, someone to make those plays happen. My question would be how. So there's a lot of fights where they had a few opportunities to get onto you. How are you able to get out of those fights and survive the madness in order to turn it around for your team?
For truth in team fight, Rainbow get an ult, and we have no choice because our top lane is on the bot lane, and I have to get an ult and make our team to left the team fight, and I was caught like Tariq has ult, so we cannot fight during the Tariq has ult. So after that, we can come back and keep going.
All right. So I don't know if you looked or not, but do you think that Electric Sheep did his part in this game?
What is the largest tree? Sorry.
That's Ren. That's the Victor.
Yeah, did Victor do his part?
Yeah, he did his part, right? Of course, and he destroyed the first turret. I don't know, but he deal a lot of damage, more than me, and he got a lot of kills. So I just got I didn't get a kills before I get a Guajar. After that, I got a Guajar kill, and he stole my Penta, but it's fine.
All right. Well, when in doubt, you got to steal Pentas sometime.
Yeah.
It's not a kill steal. It's a kill secure. That's
Yeah.
what KS stands for. So thank you, Eradicating Hater. That's all the questions I've got for you. I'm going to hand it over to Log, see if he's got any last minute questions for you.
Okay, thank you.
That's all I've got, unfortunately. I just thought that was pretty good, and well, he's gone.
All right.
Good thing I didn't have anything.
Shaloiden, you're the coach for this team. Talk me through your pick bans real quick since we got you here.
So, well, first off, we started off with the bans. I felt like their mid laner played Zoe really well on the last game they played on the main channel. Even though he doesn't have a lot of games with Zoe, I felt like it was pretty well. Even though he said he didn't do very well on it, we wanted to ban that out. And then since he left himself, like near last pick, we were able to get another ban on him. So in my opinion, I felt like they should have picked their mid laner a little bit sooner. Picking up the Taric was a good idea, especially because we were flex picking that Galio mid and support because we play at both. And then the Lucian ban was also really good from them. But for the most part, we just go pick by pick. Our top laner was really confident in the Maokai. He knew he could survive in lane and be able to be useful in team fights later on.
With the Ash ban coming out, were you planning on playing Lucian?
We weren't really planning on playing Lucian. Whenever we play the Galio support, we actually usually don't run Lucian. But they were smart to take the Taric away because if we were able to get the Taric support and Galio mid, that would have been really strong. But we wanted to ban out the Ashe just because of her ultimate. It's really easy to catch out people. And so we were kind of worried about that.
Okay. I was just curious because Ashe counters Lucian rather hard. Every time Lucian tries to dash, Ashe just presses the W button and still manages to hit him. So that's typically
No, we're more worried about the ultimate, especially in lane. She hits 6. All she has to do is just press R, and it's a free gank for her jungler, and it's tough to play around. But we had the Sivir just in case, but we felt like it was still safe to ban out the Ashe.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, Log, do you have any questions for Shaloiden while we have him here?
Um,
Maybe asking for some gear or something?
You got any gear? I mean,
I'll always take gear.
Ooh, I don't think we do. I mean, we go through Trailblazer Gaming, so you can get some of that.
All right.
good to know. Well, that's all I got. I'm
Your
pretty,
your jungler
I'm
wants to
telling
know
you.
why you're so boosted.
He's not wrong. I'm hard stuck gold, so
Ain't we all?
No.
We all
Oh.
dream of it. It's okay.
no, no, he's diamond, so he can pretty much say whatever he wants.
Oh, dang. You got that leverage. You hate to see.
Yeah,
Just you taught him to that point. It's okay.
yeah, I claim that.
Yeah, that's all you gotta do. Just hey, you wouldn't be there without your coach.
I taught him everything he knows.
All right. Well, we'll let you get on with your day. Hope you have a good night and everything. Hope playoffs and tournament go really well for you guys. You guys are playing really well, and best of luck to you.
Awesome, thank you.
All right. That was our only game of the night, unfortunately, guys. So until next time, keep it easy. I'm gonna hand it over to Log to send you guys off, but I had fun. Hopefully, you guys had fun too.
Yo, thanks for everyone for joining and bearing with us. Unfortunately, we didn't have that other 2 games, but that last game was pretty spicy and pretty good. So make sure you drop a follow. Make sure you hit up this stream, check it out, follow the other games because there's a lot of good stuff here. Definitely encourage that and invite you to do so. And that's all I have for you. So you guys have a great night, and we'll catch you next week. We'll have some more League of Legends. We get hyped.
Sunlight begins to fade now, and I feel like I'm losing time, but I don't know how I'm here. The sunlight has turned to gray, like I'm losing love again.